Hello everyone, I'm Evan. I'm glad to see you here again. Today I would like to continue the 8 gear reviews for online teaching and online meeting. And I would like to talk about the presentation remote. The presentation remote that I use is Logitech Spotlight. There are 8 gears that I use for online teaching and online meeting. Today I would like to cover the 6th one. So what options are here for us to make online teaching or online meeting? Definitely we can use the mouse. For example, the cursor can help us to get the attention from our audience, or if you use Zoom has some function that make the cursor look more beautiful so that your audience is easier to see it. So how about forward and backward? Forward is okay, but for backward a little bit hard. And then for fast forward and fast backward, it is still okay, but it takes time. That's why many people would like to have the presentation remote. With presentation remote, you can easily do forward, backward, fast backward. But there's one problem, is that for those old presentation remote, there's a red light here, and the red laser or the red dot cannot be seen by our audience. That's why you may need the help from the mouse to let your audience know about your focus. Then, is there something that can serve both functions? Yes, the Logitech Spotlight. First, the Logitech Spotlight has the traditional function like forward, fast backward, timer. Also, it can make your spotlight show not only on your screen but also on their screen. And let's see. Now you can see the spotlight here, and then if I want to change my focus, easy, right? That's why I think you can consider to get the Logitech Spotlight for your teaching or meetings. But before coming up with the answer, I'm going to show you the function of this Logitech Spotlight and see whether they help you to make the meeting or teaching. So let's see. Now I'm showing you the Spotlight function. I love it very much. It makes other area look darker so that your audience can know what the point that you want them to focus on. So how about other style? Yeah, there are other style. By double clicking this button, you can change to another mode. This one also like this very much. This is a magnifying function. Many times when you show table or diagrams, usually those numbers or words look very small, and this function definitely help your audience to read it more clearly, especially some of them may use their tablet or a mobile phone to view the video. And then double click it again, you can switch to the pointer function. Is the traditional function that tell your audience the point that you're talking about. You may say, yeah, I love all the functions, but the size and the color are not my favorite types. It's okay. You download the Spotlight software, and then here you pick pointer, and you can change the size, bigger, smaller, or you can also change the color, darker, lighter. Apart from this function, I also like the timer function. Usually when you make meeting or teaching, we have a limit time frame, so you want to wrap up all the things before the end of the class or the end of the meeting. So you can set alert, let's say 5 minutes or 10 minutes before the end. Then you can try to wrap up the things within this 10 to 5 minutes instead of just keep looking at the time so that distracting yourself on the teaching. There are 3 buttons in this device. First is the pointer, the second, next, and the third is the back button. Next means next line, back means the previous line. But apart from these 2 functions, by holding the next button, you can pick another function that you want to perform. Here I pick fast forward. It means that when I hold the next button, then the Spotlight will help me to do the fast forward. I use this score. I like this score function very much. Let me show you. Now I hold the back function, and then I want to show you something at the end, at top, at the end, on the top. Easy, right? So I would say that the Logitech Spotlight can help you to do a lot of function within one device. So I would suggest you to think about it, whether this Logitech Spotlight can help you to make better meeting or better teaching environment. If you want to know more about Logitech Spotlight, I would like to recommend these three YouTubers to you. The key takeaway here is that I would only give 2 stars to Logitech Spotlight. Why? First, the price is a little bit expensive. It costs about 100 US dollar. And second, it's infrequently for us to use the backward function, fast forward function, and then the timer function. And also the Spotlight is not necessary for online teaching and meeting. So after considering about these 2 factors, I will only give 2 stars for the benefits cost ratio. But if you always have to do presentation, no matter online or face to face, then I think it worth 4 stars, and I would suggest you to consider to get the Logitech Spotlight for your presentation. For easy to use, I give 4 stars. First, you need to download the software from Logitech and then spend about 15 minutes to learn how to use it, and then you can start to use it. So I think it's quite easy for us to get ourselves familiar with this device. Here, I would like to share 3 tips on using the Logitech Spotlight. First, have the plan B. What does it mean? We all know that now when we use this type of high-tech products, we always face difficulties, and sometimes they just don't work. In this case, first, don't be panicked and show your confidence. Second, don't try to look for the problem. Instead, use the mouse to finish your meeting or teaching, so that you can make your meeting or teaching without any interruption. Second, when we use this pointer, try not to shake our hand. In the old days, we used the red laser so that we want to shake our hand to make the red dot more visible to our audience. But now the spotlight is already very big, so you don't need to shake your hand. Also, some students or some audience may use some bad network. In this case, the spotlight will be a little bit lacking here, and they will find hard to follow. The third point I want to say is that when you use Zoom to do the teaching, and then you want to share your PowerPoint, remember not choose the option that share PowerPoint, but just choose the option that share the screen. Why? Because the Logitech Spotlight help you to make the spotlight on the screen while they're on the PowerPoint. So in this case, if you share the PowerPoint, your audience cannot find the spotlight in their screens. But if you share the screen, then your audience can find both the PowerPoint and spotlight. And it's cool. And that's all I want to share today. I hope today's video helped you, and if you like my video, please click like and then share to your peers. Thanks for watching. I'm Edwin. See you next time. Bye.